y'all. Yeah, so yes, this is the third year now, right, that we're doing this Pride event, and I'm so glad to be a part of it. My name is Roxy Krenz. I am from Darien originally, and now I'm based in New York City. But if I can have a moment to tell you a quick little story to introduce our first speaker, because I think it was 2 years ago now that I was walking about Darien, and I saw a flyer for Darien Pride event, and I was like, what is this? In all my years I've been here, I've never seen, or never thought that something like an event like this could happen. And so I went to the website, and I could find any email I could, and basically was like, you don't know me, but I am a drag performer. I'm from Darien, and I would love to be a part of this. And I'm so glad that they took a risk. And 2 years ago, was anyone at the first one? Yes, when we got rained out, but now we're here. The sun's being a little shy, but she'll come out later. She'll come out. But I'm so glad to be here for the third time in a row, and that would not happen without the one, the only, the person behind all of this. Make some noise for Dan Guller.
Thank you, Boxer. Thank you for coming back 3rd year. How lucky are we to have a homegrown drag queen? One of several, apparently. It's, I don't know, something at the water tower. Thank you all so much for coming out. This is just such a wonderful event. I'm so thrilled that the rain stopped like an hour ago, just in time. You know, you see, every time there's like a natural disaster, someone's always blaming the queer people, right? You know, and I don't know about today. I'm not really big on the Old or New Testament. Maybe some of our churches can help me out. I don't think God ever smote anyone with a light drizzle. So I think we are in the clear. Thank you all so much for showing up. We've got a huge event, and I'm so thrilled that Fox is going to be our host, so I get to do other things. But I do want to thank our sponsors. First of all, the Depot. The Darien Depot is our local partner. Thank you so much for partnering with us. We literally could not have had this space without them. Also, our fiscal sponsor, Triangle Community Center. If you don't know TCC, please go over to their table. Say hello. They do Pride in the Park every year. That was yesterday. It's a wonderful event. So thank you, TCC, for helping us out and keeping us a nonprofit. And then also our local sponsor, DR Bank. Huge. They were the first ones to say, sure, we'll donate. So thank you, DR Bank. And then last but certainly not least, Baywater Properties. They are literally changing the face of this town and are big proponents of diversity, and we just could not do this without them, so thank you, Baywater. All right, also, I just want to thank you. We couldn't do this without you. Darien, if you're queer and you live in Darien, raise your hand or make some noise. Yes. Thank you. Because this is a diverse town. You know, we've got a reputation, and we are living up to it less and less every day. So thank you all so much. And now I would like to welcome our first selectman, John Zagrodzky, and he's going to say a little something, and he's got a presentation to make.
Hi everybody, I hope everybody's having a great day. So, I don't know, about 30 minutes before this started, it was raining, and then the sun came out, or at least it stopped. I still think it stands organizational skills. One more round of applause for him, he's awesome. But the fact that he's been passionate, not just about this event, but about support for the LGBTQ plus community in Darien, it really just speaks to him as a person, as a leader, as a community activist. It is terrific to see his energy. I wish it could be bottled up. I don't know how you do it, really. I mean, every time I see him, he's excited about what he's doing, and it's really terrific. But there's a wonderful afternoon planned here. There's food trucks, there's so many different tables. I hope everybody takes a minute to see what's here, but it's terrific. I would just say that when Dan talked about diversity, I know we have that reputation, but as a town, we take this seriously. We take issues around equality seriously, and particularly if anyone has been subjected to any kind of mistreatment or unfair treatment, I personally take that seriously. It's an important thing for us to support in town, and I hope everybody here agrees with me on that. I did have a proclamation to read. We have offered this proclamation in the past, and I'd like to do so again this year, so if you'll bear with me. Whereas the town of Darien recognizes and proclaims the month of June as Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, and Queer Pride Month, and whereas the town of Darien joins the state of Connecticut in observing Pride Month, commemorating the Stonewall riots of 1969 in order to honor the history of the LGBTQ+ movement, supporting the rights of all its citizens to experience equality and freedom from discrimination. And whereas all human beings are born free and equal with inalienable rights, and LGBTQ+ individuals have had a positive impact on the cultural, civic, and economic successes of our country. And whereas the town of Darien is committed to supporting visibility, dignity, and equality for LGBTQ+ people, especially vital for the youth of our community. And whereas this nation was founded on the principle that every individual has infinite dignity and worth, and that society at large increasingly supports LGBTQ+ equality, and that an ongoing need for public education and awareness is essential. And whereas the town of Darien calls upon our residents to embrace this principle and work to eliminate prejudice everywhere, however it may be found, and whereas celebrating Pride Month raises awareness and provides support and advocacy for the LGBTQ+ community, and is an opportunity to take action and engage in dialogue to build acceptance and advance equal rights. Now, therefore, I, John Zagrodzki, First Selectman of the town of Darien, by virtue of the authority vested in me, declare June 2024 as LGBTQ+ Pride Month, and urge all residents to join me in celebrating and promoting the rights, dignity, and equality of all individuals, regardless of sexual orientation or gender identity. Thank you.
Thank you. John Zagrodzki, one more round of applause. Thank you. I don't always know where I find the energy either. I was up at 4:30 this morning for some reason. But then I just told myself, in France, it's 10:30, so I'm really sleeping in. Our next speaker, we are so lucky to have representing our town, some wonderful representatives and senator, and to have, as one of our senators, the Senate Majority Leader, who not only looks after the town of Darien, the town of Norwalk, but the entire state of Connecticut, and is always on the forefront of LGBTQ rights, Senator Bob Dowd.
Thank you, Dan. Good afternoon, everybody. It's great once again to be here at this Pride Festival here in the town of Darien and to celebrate diversity and to embrace and to once again make sure that we are talking about equality, and that is part of our lifestyle, and that is part of our values, and that is part of who we are in the state of Connecticut. While we see so many states strip away rights for LGBTQ individuals, as we see other states deny people their rights, I hope you all know that the state of Connecticut is firmly in the corner of equality for all individuals here in the state of Connecticut, and we will always keep it that way here in Connecticut, so that people do not need to worry about themselves, their family members, or others, but this is a place of love and civility and acceptance and equality and building on equity every single day. I wanted to just mention, I love the slogan, "You Belong," because we want people to feel like they belong here in the town of Darien. We want people to feel like they belong in the city of Norwalk. We want people to feel like they belong in the state of Connecticut, and they belong in the United States of America. Nobody should feel excluded. Nobody should feel like they are an other. Nobody should feel like they can't contribute to the fabric of the American society. And that's why we hold these festivals. That's why we make sure that nobody feels like they have to be in a corner, that they can't be visible, and they can't be truly who they are. When we had the debates many years ago about civil unions and same-sex marriage, we wanted to make sure that everybody felt like they could contribute to our society, and that's why we always talked about love makes a family, because truly love does make a family, and that's what we're all about here in the state of Connecticut. So thank you, Dan. Thanks to all the organizers. Thanks to everybody at Darien Pride. Thanks to our selectmen. And last but not least, I wanted to just, before she comes up, I just have to say congratulations to my colleague, CeCe Marr. We'll hear more about that in a second. But again, thank you for having us. Thank you for all you do to promote equality and equity here in the state of Connecticut. And let's continue to build on this wonderful celebration we have every year. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We're going to move things along. Speaking of CeCe, we're not going to introduce CeCe, no, because I have to introduce the person who's going to introduce CeCe. Corey Freight has been a huge supporter of Pride even before he joined the Pride Committee, and he is, now that he's on the committee, I'm happy to call him my colleague and my friend, Corey Freight. Is this thing on? All right, fantastic. I can hear myself speak. That's terrific. Okay. I have some prepared remarks. I want to thank you all for being here. Good afternoon. My name is Corey Freight. I'm a member of the Darien Pride Committee, a lifelong Darienite, and a proud member of the LGBTQ+ community. We have convened here today to celebrate Darien's third annual in-person Pride. What started just about 4 or 5 years ago as a show of support for a sea of rainbow lawn signs across Darien has transformed and grown into a beautiful afternoon of community celebration, performances, and love right here in the heart of our town. Such a gathering would have been unthinkable to a young Corey 10 years ago, or even younger Corey, the same age as many of the kids here today enjoying the festivities. It is possible because of hard work and the dedication of our community and its allies, friends, neighbors, and family members. It is possible because of a loving and supportive crowd willing to show up and party with us. It is possible because those who came before us fought for recognition, acceptance, and protection under law. It is possible because of the community leaders who use their voices to uplift the LGBTQ+ community and stand up for us. The work of love and equality is one we continue every day, even as hearts have softened and attitudes changed over the years. The work of love is being done in ways big and small. Every time a colleague puts their pronouns in an email, every time a parent tells their child they love them unconditionally, every time a friend stands up against a bully on your behalf, every time a town proclaims that we will celebrate Pride. Each of us carries a call within us to make the world a better, kinder place. It is for this reason that every year Darien Pride celebrates a courageous voice of pride who supports, affirms, protects, and uplifts the LGBTQ+ community in Darien. There is no shortage of people doing this good work, and we at Darien Pride look forward to celebrating them and celebrating Pride for many, many more years to come with all of you. This year's recipient is a woman who has done all that and more. She may not live in town, but she has been a presence in Darien for many years, touched many of our lives, and is no doubt a familiar face to many of you. She is a woman who stood with us and for us in her heart, in her words, and in her deeds. This year, we celebrate the Honorable CeCe Marr. CeCe Marr was raised in and went to school right next door in Stamford, and has had a busy and impressive career. For 14 years of that career, she served as CEO of Person to Person. One of Person to Person's 3 food pantries is in Darien, and the organization continues to serve Darienites in need, providing nutritious food as well as other programs of community support. After Person to Person, she briefly served as the interim director for Sandy Hook Promise, dedicated to preventing gun violence, such as the tragedy that took the lives of 20 Newtown children.
Senator Marr has made a point of looking out for children throughout her career, and when she was elected to the state Senate in 2022, it made perfect sense that she would be named as chair of the Children's Commission. As we all know, it's tough to be a kid. It's a whole other level of stress to be a queer kid faced with bullying, disrespect, a lack of understanding, and the unkind words of prejudiced people. And as a wave of homophobic and transphobic bills in all of 2023, 604 transphobic bills in all of 2023 and already 593 transphobic bills in 42 states in 2024 have made their way through legislatures. Senator Marr has used her position and voice to stand for the LGBTQ+ community. Even a state like Connecticut is not immune to the harmful rhetoric that has infiltrated our cultural discourse. But Senator Marr has ensured that such rhetoric will not be met with silence. It has been and will be faced with a firm commitment to protect our communities, our family, our children. In her April op-ed to CT Insider, Senator Marr decried legislation submitted under the guise of, quote, letting kids be kids, that would actually stifle and limit LGBTQ plus kids trying to be themselves. She highlighted the harrowing conditions that these kids face, heightened by prejudice and offensive remarks in the public sphere, including occasionally, sadly, from elected leaders. To quote her op-ed, studies show that queer and trans kids face higher rates of bullying and harassment from their peers. When states pass laws protecting the rights of LGBTQ plus citizens, suicide attempts among the youngest of our citizens fall. In pushing back on this rhetoric and reaffirming Connecticut's commitment to being a place for all, she has done what she does best, looking out for children. Senator Marr declared that our residents deserve a state where they are safe and can live, thrive, and grow. CC Marr has been among the strongest of our allies, not just to our town of Darien, not just to members of her own family, but to kids and families across the state. For her unwavering commitment to supporting the LGBTQ plus community in Darien, it is our honor to present the Honorable CC Marr with our 2024 Voices of Pride Award. I will now read the Voices of Pride certificate that we will now present to Senator Marr. Voices of Pride presented to the Honorable CC Marr. Darien Pride is honored to present the Voices of Pride Award to the Honorable CC Marr for her tireless efforts in advocating for the LGBTQ plus rights in Darien and beyond. Her dedication, promoting equality, acceptance, and inclusion for the LGBTQ plus community has left an indelible mark on our community and serves as a beacon of hope for future generations. We extend our heartfelt congratulations to Senator Marr for her invaluable contributions to the advancement of LGBTQ plus rights. Her unwavering courage, determination, and compassion exemplify the true spirit of pride.
So I won't talk for long because Senator Duff certainly touched on many of the things that I was going to say, but I cannot tell you what an honor this is to receive this award. I, in my heart, can never, ever, ever accept anyone being diminished, anyone being thought less of, anyone not being given a seat at the table. It is so important that we celebrate, honor, and uplift everyone for who they are. And when we look at that, when we include the LGBTQ queer community, we are also looking at the intersectionality of race, of gender, and actually having support for everyone in our state. So when when Corey was reading this, literally I wanted to cry because I don't think we need to have festivals like this. We should have Pride every day of the year. We need to understand that people just want to be themselves. and we have to support that at every step, on every day, in every month, and in every way. So thank you so much for this. It really fills my heart, and I can't wait to frame it and hang it in my office so I can see it all the time. Thank you.
Senator Marr, also, Darien Pride made a donation to the Ali Forney Center in your honor. They do work in New York City to help prevent LGBTQ youth homelessness. So thank you very much. All right, well, we've got so much more going on, and we're going to kick off our first entertainer. Now, this entertainer grew up here, but their talent could not be contained by the borders of Darien. So now they are living in New York City, which is probably the only place in the world that could contain their talent. Please welcome your host for the day and your first performer, Foxacrans.
Shining like a supernova, brightest of the stars. From another galaxy like Jupiter and Mars. 1,000 light years, you cause to be supernatural. Your energy, new horizons, new galaxy.
kids.